We look at the world once in childhood. The rest is memory. What kind of emotions does that make you feel?
I guess a little disappointing because I feel like I don't really have a very good memory.
Lose it over time. I actually was thinking about that recently, thinking how and when did I lose that? That's very true.
The innocence.
Innocence, yeah, we get jaded over time. I think it's the key to find it back again in time.
I feel like I can't really remember much before the age of probably like 5, like maybe like a few memories here and there. But really I think it's just all kind of, built on experiences. We're just constantly building these new memories, and it's a matter of, how much we're going to retain. And based upon that kind of gives us our perspective on the world, based on like what we have really allowed to impact us, what has really affected us. That changes our perception of the world.
So you think it's almost cyclical in a way? We start out super innocent, get jaded. Do you think towards the end you might come back around?
I haven't hit the end yet. When I do, I will let you know.
Excellent. To be continued.
I don't know if I really agree with that, because I feel like you're just constantly learning how to see, and you're constantly seeing new things, and so I don't know if it's just based on memory.
Obviously everything that we experience, we're introduced to for the first time, and then after that I definitely think that you have a chance to see it and experience it again, but there's never anything like the first time. It's just after that you sort of know what's expected, and then you just, I guess, treat it differently or react differently from time to time after that.
You only experience something once for real, and then everything else is your perceptions. I guess that's kind of true, because I feel like, my perceptions are what usually screws things up. Like if it's going to be a bad day and I wake up and say, oh man, I stubbed my toe, this day's going to be terrible, then the rest of the day is going to be terrible. But if I can get rid of my perceptions and just look at things fresh, through a child's eyes, then things are good.
And also, maybe we should think about the time in which that quote was written. Just imagine nowadays, everything is pretty much accessible at any point. So kids growing up nowadays, I feel like, come out with so much experience already, or it's so much easier for them to attain that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just so much more information. I feel like people are just constantly being inundated with information. So, yeah, I'm sure that changes our memory, or
it makes it more easier to, access. Go on the MySpace or the Facebook and see what happened, or the childhood photos.
Yeah, a lot of, I think, of your recollections of experiences are based on what's been documented, and now there's so many more devices that will document each moment if we choose to, just like this one. So.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think that when you're a kid, you're not taught anything, so I think that it's probably the best way you look at the world. It's probably the most natural, because you haven't been taught politics, religion, anything like that. So often I try to think about my childhood. I can't even remember it, but I know now that, when I look at things, often things are skewed because I've been taught so many different things. My parents have brought me up in a certain way. Religion has taught me a certain way. And often I think it would be a lot simpler if I could go back to what it was like to be a child. But, what can you do?
One idea, 5 people.